Welcome everybody, a new day and a great new episode every Wednesday, with your beautiful support, by subscribing and liking the video, and also for sure, sharing the video. The channel gets bigger and better. Enjoy watching. The Grumman F11F F11 Tiger is a supersonic, single-seat carrier-based United States Navy fighter aircraft in operation during the 1950s and 1960s. Originally designated the F11F Tiger in April 1955 under the pre-1962 Navy designation system. It was redesignated as F11 Tiger under the 1962 United States Tri-Service Aircraft Designation System. The F11F F11 was used by the Blue Angels flight team from 1957 to 1969. Grumman Aircraft Corporation made 200 Tigers, with the last aircraft being delivered to the U.S. Navy on January 23, 1959. Role: Fighter Aircraft. Manufacturer: Grumman. First flight: July 30, 1954. Introduction: 1956. Retired: 1961. Carrier: 1967. Training: 1969. Blue Angels. Primary user: United States Navy. Produced: 1954 to 1959. Number built: 200. Variants: Grumman F11F-1 Super Tiger. Design and development: the F11F F11 Tiger origins can be traced back to a privately funded 1952 Grumman concept to modernize the F9, F6 and 7 Cougar by implementing the area rule and other advances. This Grumman company project was named G98, and when it was concluded it was a complete design departure from the Cougar. The design's potential for supersonic performance and reduced transonic drag stirred interest in the U.S. Navy. By 1953, redesigns led to a completely new aircraft bearing no more than a familial resemblance to the Cougar. The new wing had full-span leading-edge slats and trailing-edge flaps with roll control achieved using spoilers rather than traditional ailerons. For storage on aircraft carriers, the F-11 Tiger's wings manually folded downwards. Anticipating supersonic performance, the tailplane was all-moving. The aircraft was designed for the Wright J-65 turbojet, a license-built version of the Armstrong-Siddeley Sapphire. The U.S. Navy Bureau of Aeronautics was sufficiently impressed to order 2 prototypes, designated XF9F8. Even though the new fighter was clearly a new design. To add to the confusion, the prototypes were then redesignated XF9F9, with the XF9F8 designation going to another more straightforward Cougar derivative. Since the afterburning version of the J-65 was not ready, the first prototype flew on July 30, 1954 with a non-afterburning engine. In spite of this, the aircraft nearly reached Mach 1 in its maiden flight. The second prototype, equipped with the afterburning engine, became the second supersonic U.S. Navy aircraft, the first being the Douglas F-4D Skyray. In April 1955, the aircraft received the new designation F11F-1 F11A, after adoption of the Unified Tri-Service Naming System in 1962. Carrier trials started on April 4, 1956 when an F11F-1 Tiger landed on and launched from USS Forrestal. The F-11 Tiger is noted for being the first jet aircraft to shoot itself down. On September 21, 1956, during a test firing of its 20mm cannons, pilot Tom Attridge fired 2 bursts midway through a shallow dive. As the trajectory of the cannon rounds decay, they ultimately crossed paths with the Tiger as it continued its descent, disabling it and forcing Attridge to crash-land the aircraft. He survived. In addition to the F-11A, F-11F-1 fighter, Grumman also proposed a more advanced version of the airframe known as the F11F-1 Super Tiger. This was the result of a 1955 study to fit the new General Electric J79 engine into the F11F-1 airframe. Specifications: F11F-1 and F11A. General characteristics: Crew 1. Length: 13.983 meters. Wingspan: 9.639 meters. Width: 8.33 meters. Wing tips folded. Height: 4.0323 meters, wing area, 23 m2, empty weight, 6,264 kilograms. Gross weight, 9,541 kilograms, max takeoff weight, 10,641 kilograms, power plant, 1X Wright J65W18, after burning turbojet engine, 7,450 pound forces, 33.1 kilonewtons, thrust at 8,300 RPMs, military powered dry, 10,500 pound forces, 47 kilonewtons, with afterburner. Performance, maximum speed, 1,169 kilometers per hour, 1,211 kilometers per hour, at sea level. Cruise speed, 928 kilometers per hour. Range, 1,110 mi 1,280 miles, 2,060 kilometers. Service ceiling, 15,000 meters. Rate of climb, 83 meters per second. Wing loading, 410 kilograms per meter 2. Thrust weight, 0.5. Armament, guns 4x 20 millimeters. Colt Mk12 cannon, 125 rounds per gun. Hard points, 4 with a capacity of, with provisions to carry combinations of, rockets, Arrow 6A or Arrow 7A, rocket package, missiles, AIM-9, Sidewinder, other, 150 gallons drop tank. Operators, United States Navy, VF-21, Atlantic Fleet, VF-24, Pacific Fleet, VF-33, Atlantic Fleet, VF-51, Pacific Fleet, VF-121, Pacific Fleet, VA-156, Pacific Fleet, VF-191, Pacific Fleet, A-2203, redesignated VT-23, A-2223, redesignated VT-26, Blue Angels, 1957 to 1969. Operational history: 7 U.S. Navy squadrons flew the F-11F-1, VF-21 and VF-33 in the Atlantic Fleet and VA-156, redesignated VF-111 in January 1959. VF-24, redesignated VF-211 in March 1959. VF-51, VF-121, and VF-191 in the Pacific Fleet. In service, the Tiger operated from the carriers Intrepid, Lexington, Hancock, Bonhomme Richard, Shangri-La, Forrestal, Saratoga and Ranger. The F-11F's career lasted only 4 years because its performance was inferior to the Vought F-8, Crusader, and the J-65 engine proved unreliable. Also, the range and endurance of the Tiger was found to be inadequate. Thus, the Navy canceled all orders for the F-11F-1P, reconnaissance version, and only 199 F-11F-1, F-11A, fighters were built. The aircraft was withdrawn from carrier operations by 1961. It continued in service, however, in the Naval Air Training Command in South Texas at NAS Chase Field and NAS Kingsville, until the late 1960s. Students performed advanced jet training in the TF-9J Cougar, and upon completing that syllabus, were given a brief taste of supersonic capability with the F-11, before transitioning to fleet fighters. While the F-11's fighter career was short, the Blue Angels performed in the aircraft from 1957 to 1968, when the Tiger was replaced by the McDonnell Douglas F-4 Phantom II. Prior to the 1962 code unification, the fighter was known as the F-11F. After unification, it was redesignated F-11. In 1973, 2 former Blue Angels F-11As were taken from storage at Davis-Monthan AFB, and modified by Grumman as test beds to evaluate in-flight thrust control systems. BU No 141,853 was fitted with a Roar Industries thrust reverser, and BU No 141,824 was kept in standard configuration as a chase plane. Tests of the in-flight thrust reversal were carried out by Grumman at Calverton beginning in March 1974 and continued at NATC Patuxent River, Maryland until 1975. Following the completion of these tests, both planes were returned to storage at Davis-Monthan AFB. These were the last Tigers to fly. Variants: YF9F9, original designation. F11F-1, single-seat fighter version for the U.S. Navy, redesignated F-11A in 1962. 199 built and later production aircraft had a longer nose. One was used for static tests, with a further production of 231 aircraft cancelled. F11F-1P, designation of a Navy photo reconnaissance version, 85 were cancelled. F11F-1F, Super Tiger, G98J, F11F-1 fitted with the J79 GE3A engine, 2 built. F11F-1T, proposed tandem seat trainer variant. Unbuilt. Avionics, ANARC-27 AUHF comms, an ARA-25 UHF, an ARR-40 UHF, an ARN-14 EVHF nav, ANAPX-6 BIFF, an APA-89 video coder, ANAPG-30A ranging radar. Thank you very much for watching the video. Like, subscribe and share. We are waiting for your comments to enrich the content. Thanks again, and good night.